Hi y'all, welcome back to Hair Diaries YouTube channel. In this video, I will be showing you guys how I got this boho extra full gypsy goddess, whatever you want to call it, knotless braids. So let's get into this video. As you can see, I've already completed the first 3 rows, and there are human hair at the end of each braid, so I'll be showing you guys how to seal the braid. So let's get started. Personally, I like to part and start with braiding the middle and then go out. So you will need at least 3 bundles if you want the hair to look very full. 3 bundles minimum is recommended for this style. And make sure those parts are clean and the hairs are on their respective sides. So I'm going to first start by doing my knotless braid. I'm adding in my first piece of hair while trying to maintain that grip. I braid it down about 3 times. And now I'm getting ready to add in my first piece of curly hair. So I take the piece of curly hair and I add it in on the right side of the braid, and then I flip it up. Sorry, I was moving her head so that she could be in my camera frame, but she knew what was going on, so she didn't mind. So I added in the curly piece, and then I added another piece of braiding hair because I also too want to ensure that I am tucking the client's natural hair. So now I'm adding another piece of curly hair. So the first piece I added it in and then I braided and flipped it to the other side, and then the second piece I just added it in and flipped it up in its position. So basically what you want to remember for this style is that you want to add in a lot of pieces so that when the hair falls, it essentially covers the braid. You're trying to give the illusion of a weave, and that can only happen if you add in a lot of pieces throughout each braid. So here I'm showing you guys how I tuck the excess pieces of hair. That's why it's important to have enough pieces of braiding hair, because if not, it's going to be hard to tuck the hair. So she was assisting me, like she had the hair in front of her, so I don't have to like turn behind me to grab it. And I just kept adding pieces. I just kept tucking and braiding down, adding pieces, tucking, braiding down. So I'm going to speed it up a little for you guys so I can show you how I ended the braid. I'm still braiding down. Like, as you guys can see, I'm still adding pieces, like, yep, I'm just here adding pieces. This is a very time-consuming style. I started this style around 9 o'clock and we did not finish till around 2-3 o'clock in the morning. That's more than 12 hours of me standing and braiding. And I just feel like this style should be worth the cost for anybody that is doing it, simply because it just takes too long. And I also feel that when you put it into perspective, I can do 5 cornrows and charge a minimum of $100 and still make $500, make more in less time. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that this style is very time consuming, and it should be worth the cost in terms of including the human hair and the time that it takes, because it is not a style that can be rushed. It is a style that is meant to be, your time is meant to be taken. I hope that makes sense. It is meant that you are meant to take your time with the style. So I'm still braiding. So pay attention to the next couple clips, because I will be adding in human hair on the end of the braids. I also use clips to help keep the human hair out my way. So I would take the clip and clip the hair up. Sometimes I flip it up and the hair attaches to the other hair, but yeah. So pay attention to this right here. I decided to slow the video down so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I added a curly piece to each of the 3 braiding strands and I braided down. So the reason for me adding in the strands and braiding down was to secure the strands and to make sure that they are in the braid completely. Sometimes when you add a piece of curly hair and you don't braid tightly or braid all the way down, they can come out easily. So this is me adding in the 3rd strand on the right side. So I added in and now I'm braiding down. So now I'm going to take a thin piece of the braiding hair. I'm trying to find the best thin piece to grab from. Okay, I've decided to use this piece. I put the hair together and then I wrap it around the braid. 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, I'm wrapping down. I'm wrapping in a downward motion. I then go in and take my crazy glue and add about 2 to 3 drops and continue wrapping the hair over the crazy glue in a downward motion. Once I've done that, I twist the hair to make sure that the hair is stuck to the crazy glue. And then I go in and I just cut the excess braiding pieces that are still attached to the end of the braid. Just be careful. You don't want to mistakenly cut the braid because that would be very annoying and you would have to do it over. And you can see this is the last piece. I'm going to cut it. And that is how the end of every braid in this young lady's head look. She got human hair curls to the end of every braid. Now, you don't necessarily have to do this to get the same look for this style. You can do something else that would give it the illusion, but this is what she wanted, so you get what you want over here, period, point blank. So I'm gonna show you guys how this braid looks when I pulled on all the pieces. Sorry, just in the camera. So look, I'm pulling down the pieces, pulling down the pieces, pulling down the pieces. And it's important that you pull on the pieces as you go because, baby, this hair can get twisted around the braids and it will be a little bit more difficult to do it in the end. So just pull them down as you go. So this is how the braid came out. There's some pieces to trim. You can trim while you braid or you can trim after. It is up to you. But that is the concept and that is the same thing that I do for every braid. That is literally it. If you guys would like a more in-depth tutorial, I can do one, but I just wanted to make a quick video being that this style is trending. So these were her results. She loved her hair. I'm actually gonna find a little picture of her and steal it. It's on her Instagram. Because one thing about her, she's gonna style her hair. She's just gonna do what she gotta do. And shout out to her for allowing me to even take videos and pics because she was super tired and so was I, but she was still patient and I love her and appreciate her for that. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, of course you have to do what you gotta do. I don't even gotta say it. But comment what else video you guys would like to see from me. And if you have any questions, see you in my next video.